Hello and welcome back to Elden Ring. Last time we ended up getting to consecrated snowfields, I believe in it's the Mountaintops of the Giants. But we turned around and went back, because I forgot there's actually some dungeons here that I didn't complete. So we're gonna go do those. I was sitting here, continuing on with the game and thinking, oh man, I got a lot, I don't have a lot left. And then I stopped and thought about it, I'm like, oh, I forgot a spot. And it was over here, because I remember I was looking at the map. And I've remembered some other places that I've forgotten. So now I'm like, oh, I'm missing even more than I thought. Yeah, I think this area is gonna be interesting. Tibia Mariner. Yep. The skeleton with the Kamehameha there, coming out of his eyeball. Forgot about that dude. And because he's a summon, the Mariner will just bring him back. So you gotta hunt the Mariner. Can I just yeet some lightning and do better? Not really. 467 compared to 600, yeah. Yeah, the big skellies are going to be a very common occurrence from here on out. And they will come in far greater number and in far worse positions. Yep, Tibia's summons, which sounds cool until you actually use it and realize it's crap. Why is it crap? Because it summons skeletons to attack a singular point. We already got a weapon with the ability as an Ash of War. It was I believe it's the Rosarius Axe. I can check once this guy's dead. Alright. It is Rosas' Axe. And yeah. Rosas' summons 3 skeletons that appear and attack in tandem. That's all Tibia's summons is. Which is really disappointing. I was wanting more of an actual... Even if it's just a trash skeleton that has, very little health, I'd want something that I can summon to actually have fight enemies. But we don't get that. And of course it takes so long. You summon them, the skeletons appear, they each, all at the same time, wind back, lean back with the weapon in their hands, and then slam it down. So it takes forever for their attacks to actually go off. And a lot of the time the enemy just walks out of it or evades it. And it's one of those things where it's cool in theory, but even with the staff that boosts death magic, the staff of the Prince of Death, or Prince of Death's staff, I believe it is, it's still not worthwhile. When it comes to actually playing a death magic build, your best bet is actually to use the Ancient Rancor, because it's better than the normal Death Rancor, and it's got good tracking. Short of that, Death Magic kind of blows. At that point, you might as well use... I mean, then you're starting to go into full int builds, but using Staff of Loss, put that in your offhand. In your main casting hand, you have, like, Lasat's Staff or Azur's Staff, whichever one you prefer. And then from there, if you whatever your offhand staff is, those benefits get conveyed to your main casting staff. You can do that with talismans as well, but they all kind of suck. There isn't really any one that's as good. You don't get any, like, oh, you can get increased ability, or like increased damage at the cost of FP. It's just, oh yeah, this one slightly boosts this type of magic. That's what kind of sucks too, is being a faith caster. Our casting items are just as narrow in terms of what they can be used for, but they don't get nearly as cool. You know, we don't have any fancy synergies, it's just, yeah, put it in a hand and do a thing. Let's see, I think this one will not work. Oh, yep. Didn't know which one that was pointing to, because there is a dungeon over Nya. But we're gonna loop this whole area just to be safe. And yes, you should have cleared this area way beforehand. What's this say? Oh, it's just pointing out the Trina's Lily. Oh, I heard a skelly. These are the most passive skellies. Just like, oh yeah, I guess this guy's nearby. We should probably fire a crossbow at him eventually. That's the best part about skeleton archers, and really any archers. You can just kind of sidestep. There are archers later on that you cannot sidestep. They will pummel you into submission. The Albinarics, they're absolute hell. But that's kind of the curse of the later areas, is the fun factor just goes down the tubes. Some of these areas later on are just not fun. Oh yeah, I forgot I have Rykard still. Nah, I'll get around to him. Not like he's going anywhere. So many skeletons. I was about to say, I wish there was good magic to counter skeletons. The thing is, there is. The magic just sucks. Like, that's the unfortunate part, is the magic that is good against them isn't fun. Because it's like the magic D-cells. And it's so particular in the fact that it's only useful against skeletons that it just isn't valuable. Even the quote-unquote undead zone that we haven't gotten to doesn't have a lot of skeletons. It's mostly Mausoleum Knights and Basilisks, because, you know, they had to shove them somewhere in this game. Which kind of sucks, because while it does fit, you know, it's the death, quote-unquote, area, skeletons would have been nice and would have made actually using the counter to skeletons, like the magic, worthwhile. And it would be a cool investment as a player. Or even the Golden Epitaph sword. It's so niche in its use that it's like, I'm not gonna bother investing in this. As a sword, if it could have had, like, a lightning enchant on it, maybe. But short of that, I don't think it's worthwhile. Easy solution. And this contains... Okay, just Pearl Drake plus 1. I think we already had Pearl Drake... Oh, we didn't have it. Okay, yeah, so that's just the all-around non-physical damage booster. Which, I mean, it isn't bad. I've said it before. There's so many options that I feel a lot of them just get thrown out because there's already a superior option. Like, oh, I could get these damage resists. I could, but everything else I have, you know, I'm not giving up my casting stuff. That's good for even just skills instead of just spells. So that's dual purpose. You can maybe swap this out, but if you're doing more of a Unga Bunga melee build, you're going to use like the Arsenal Charm so that you can equip heavier armor and heavier weapons. So it's hard to really justify. And even my Scarab Talisman, that's just for soul farming right now, but push comes to shove, I swap that out for other talismans that are useful. And I know all like the meats and stuff are valuable. You know, they're useful items that can give you a combat boost. I just don't bother. But I think that's mostly just because the actual buff duration is so bad that I don't feel it's worthwhile. I would prefer... There's some mods that have made it where your buffs, whether they're cast or through items, last essentially until you die. And I think that's a fair thing. You know, that's... It's arguably enough of a boost to keep you going without being... Like, none of these boosts are that amazing that it's gonna break the game. You're not, you know, absolutely balling out of control. I'm gonna rest so that I can get all my flasks. Just because I should have them. Because I'll rest before I do the boss. But it's like, that's a free cerulean tier flask. Why would I pass up on that? Okay. Always try to look down below. Because more than one of these dungeons has been a, hey, there's actually secretly another entrance below. Aha! First I thought they had come from a ceiling thing, and I was like, oh, I gotta find where these guys are, but no, they were just in front of me throwing high. Gotta check the eaves of every doorway. Never know when there's gonna be a guy. Slimes, zombles. Dangerous, but avoidable. The night, though, that's gonna be something else. Not even gonna bother with the zombies, because if it's like the other dungeons, they just respawn in the muck anyways. Oh, lightning scorpion, so that is raise lightning attack, lower damage negation. So if we look at it here, it's a sizable loss on physical resistances. There are times it's useful. I will be honest, I could use like the fire to boost my black flame fireballs. It's just, at a certain point you end up kind of playing catch up by slapping like, oh, there's the physical negation, so I need to put, the Dragon Crest shield on. While you're starting to really play around with your survivability at that point. Yep, we gotta drop down there. But let's see, is there any corners we can go to? No. Okay. Then I'm just gonna trip that and drop down. Giant crab. Lightning spear. 2 giant crabs. Okay. Thankfully, giant crabs are vulnerable to lightning. Dragon Apostles Cookbook. That is... I missed it already. Okay, lightning bone arrows, bolts, drawstring, and regular lightning grease. Not a bad investment. If you're playing an archer build for reasons unknown. That said, if you are doing a lightning or a archer build, the trick you can do is hold the serpent bow, which imbues poison damage and poison buildup on your arrows. You hold that in your offhand, and it'll put it onto your arrows regardless of what bow you're firing. So you do have a trick you can pull. Is it a good trick? It's not the greatest. But I mean, if you're just looking for some lightning damage and don't really, or not lightning, distracted by the fact we got lightning arrows, but poison buildup, and you don't care about the degree in which you're building up, just that you're putting some out there, it's a valuable option. I don't know if it applies to crossbows. That's the one thing. I don't think it does. If it did, that'd be cool, but if it did, that would be incredibly powerful, because then you would have the ability to use, like, I believe it's the pulley crossbow that's a repeater, and then just open fire and do build up that way, and yeah, that'd be pretty busted. It'd be cool, but it'd be busted. Alright, I think we have to cross back over and actually fight the imp anyways. Inconvenient, but it's not going to be that big a deal. I want to say there's gaps in the ceiling. I have to double check. Doesn't look like it, but we can definitely make it in time. Ah, because there's the guy on the other side. Oh, and you. You're going to be who I go after next, but this guy is the priority here. I was going to say I knew it, but you're going to... Okay, so you're not going to fight each other. There goes my hopes. I was hoping for a real easy fight here, but no, gotta make it difficult. Just backing up and seeing how much space I have to work with. Yeah, and I guess since I'm gonna heal anyways, I can just burn a heal. I don't really have to care too much. Nothing. Okay. Chase me, coward. Or don't, I don't really care. I'm not your mother, you can make your own decisions. Wonder what that guy was doing. Saw that spirit like jumping around in this little room fighting. I'm going to assume he got invaded, because otherwise it's a very perplexing thing to be doing. Like, you shouldn't have baited anything into that room. Everything's pretty manageable. Or maybe like a imp statue. Alright, let's chug this while we're here. Get Tish ready. What are we facing? Oh, just a watchdog. Oh, the lightning watchdog. La-di-da. Didn't even really need the summon, but always good to just distract. Alright, what do we have? Okay, we need 30,000 runes. First off, we're actually going to go to the site of the next fight that I forgot existed. Actually, we won't do the assassinations yet. That's why I haven't killed Rykard. Yeah, gotta do the assassinations at some point. But first, we need to go... No, not here. Here. The aqueduct facing cliffs. This is gonna suck. If I lose my souls, I'm gonna be real mad. Actually, we're gonna go the Ancestral Woods first. Because at least here, if I need to farm souls, I can do it and then go. Because in theory, at this point, I should be strong enough to handle the dual gargoyles. My gear is stacked. I'm stacked. This shouldn't be a problem. Which means I'm going to have trouble. Even though Tish should be able to just flatten these guys. Yeah, I'm gonna need runes probably. We'll see how these pan out. 6,000, so we're looking at 18... maybe? Yeah, we'll be fine. I think that was overkill. Nope. Just enough. Cool. Level up, and... I don't remember what I did last, so faith it is. And then we're gonna head over here and go fight the gargoyles. Man, I'm not looking forward to after the gargoyles. The area... it's tough, but not, like, stupidly difficult. And all the Crucible Knights are gone, so this isn't difficult running through. Because thankfully they don't respawn. Okay. Tish, don't fail me now. Okay, maybe don't open up that far out. I like your gusto, but... God, look at that damage, though. Yeah, we got this in the bag. If he's already suffering this bad, we'll get him next fireball. Unless you do that, then screw my fireballs, I guess. Yeah, that was all spam rolling. There was no tactics. Game, please. Okay, good. One dead, that's a good sign. Everything is now within acceptable means. Tish is at like 2/3 health. I still got lots of fireballs to throw. Even when they miss. Oh yeah, he's going down. And the Gargoyle's Greatsword and Twin Blade. Thought there was a bonfire. Oh, it's over there. We'll hit that, and then we'll check out the new weapons. They aren't that great off the top of my head. This area kind of reminds me of a spot in Dark Souls 2. Like just the beach and the water and everything. But the weapons, so first was the Greatsword, which is modifiable with Vacuum Slice. It's not bad. It does its job. And then we had a Twin Blade, which is this one, which is just Spinning Slash, as opposed to the unmodifiable one. It's not that special. The really good one we don't have. It's actually back. It's back up here at the Bestial Sanctum. You know, the one gargoyle that's like just chilling right here. He's really tough to kill, but if you can kill him, his is like a, I believe, if I remember correctly, it's a black flame version of the corpse wax, or the vacuum slice. I think it's the corpse wax cutter. That's really good. I don't see people use it. Why? I don't know. I don't use it either, so I can't really be talking a whole lot here. But we get to hop in the coffin. Make like Darby Allin and do a coffin drop. The Deep-Root Depths. I think there's a second way you can actually get in here. I don't remember it, but not really important because we're here now. And that is all for now. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit the like button. It helps out the channel a lot. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.